Twitter, the social media platform, which is probably the most political, just before any other social media out there. I know Reddit has a little bit of politics on it, but it's mainly people bringing their views out. But Twitter seems to be the one up there. Facebook, there is a hint of politics on there, not as much as you see on Twitter. Twitter is ram-packed, full of politics, but the free speech on that platform goes nowhere. Now, Elon Musk, we all heard that he was apparently going to be buying out Twitter, and everyone, well, let's just say, had mixed emotions about that. A lot of people saying they were going to move over to Truth Social. If you don't know what Truth Social is, well, it's a social media app run by, well, Donald Trump, essentially. Now, I'm not too sure how well that app is doing. I haven't heard much about Truth Social. I'm guessing it's probably not doing too bad, because I haven't heard anything on it, but I don't know how well it's doing. Maybe that might survive against Twitter. I mean, who knows? A lot of people are mad at Twitter. Now, Twitter has a case of not letting people have free speech, and I've been affected by something like that. I made a comment. I made a few comments, okay? You know what? I wouldn't say they were hate speech, and even if they're hate speech, I think Twitter needs to implement an algorithm that actually physically stops you from tweeting stuff like that, so you cannot tweet anything, and that's a start. The second thing is the amount of porn on that website surprises me. Genuinely porn. And it's that easy to actually get rid of. You can fake your age on there. All you have to do is put in that you're over the age of 18. So you put in a year like 2000, you were born 2000. There you go. You are essentially... You go into the settings. Now, I do like that Twitter put over a protection in case people are on Twitter just scrolling. But that protection can be easily turned off in the settings. One click and there you go. You can literally see thousands and thousands of porn. And that's the only social media apart from Reddit, but Reddit, it's quite good when it does it. It marks them as not safe for work. And it doesn't really show them up and advertise them. But Twitter, Twitter just like, bang. You can literally have in your profile picture, tits. A pair of tits. And they do nothing about it. They wouldn't take that shit down. But then, meanwhile, you tweet something on Twitter and then completely get suspended for the simplest things. And Twitter support is something I want to kind of grasp on. Twitter support is probably the worst support I've ever experienced. Ever. If they want to contact you, they'll contact you as fast as possible. However, if you want to contact them, no, you may as well wait about 20 years. It surprises me. For a platform that actually cares, or supposedly cares about the people that are on it, I get it, it's a big social media platform. There's I'm going to say billions of users. Millions, billions, maybe, I'm not too sure. Everybody knows about Twitter. Everybody knows what it is and what it does. And you know what? I'm not going to lie, it's a good news source to get for, whenever you want to see, like, what's happening in the world. I would most likely go on Twitter because it's a great news platform. I don't hate Twitter for that. I just hate Twitter for what they do and how they act. Now, this is what's going on with currently with Elon Musk and Twitter, and it really doesn't surprise me. So, here is something from The Guardian. Elon Musk, Twitter deal cannot process without the proof of bot numbers. Tesla CEO and world's richest person expressed the concerns about the presence of fake accounts on the platform. that is true. There are a lot of bots accounts, but there are a lot of bot accounts or real people that get mispurposed as bot accounts. I've been mispurposed as a fucking bot account multiple times. Multiple times. I've had to give my ID because they thought I was a bot. They completely suspended my account. You know, your account will not be activated until you send us your ID or proof of ID. So, no, fair enough. I mean, I get it. My name was just my first name. I didn't put my second name. I'm not gonna, give my full ID out there. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I didn't have a picture of myself. Why? Because, like I said, I don't want to. All you need to know is my name online. I know apparently it's illegal to actually not have your real face and shit online, but let's be honest, who really trusts people like Facebook and stuff? And I know that people who've got their picture on Facebook, not a good look. Not a good look. Especially with their track record of what they do to photos and stuff like that, and with the metaverse and stuff like that, they don't have a great track record. Anyway, back to this news. Elon has cast further, no doubt, his 44 billion, even not 44 billion. That's cheaper than the Activision deal that was done, that Microsoft did, which really surprised. I thought Twitter had been a bit more than that, but 44 billion, that's a lot. If Twitter's valued at 44 billion, I really want to know what Google and maybe Microsoft are valued at, because, that's a lot. Takeover, after starting the deal, cannot move forward. Until the social media company proves that less than 5% of its users have fake or spam accounts, the Tesla chief executive has used his Twitter account to say the agreed deal would not progress further until the firm showed proof that only a small proportion of its users were fake. We're going to see a huge ban waving coming of fake accounts soon. Watch, mark my words, they're going to start banning or trying to recuperate and make everyone's accounts active again, or something like that. They're going to try their best to do stuff. My offer was based on Twitter's SEC fillings being accurate. Yesterday, Twitter's CEO publicly refused to show proof. So who is Twitter's CEO? Who is Twitter CEO? Isn't... Hold up. So Twitter's CEO literally became... He's just become CEO as well. Like, he hasn't been on long... He hasn't been a CEO... I think he became a CEO this year, which... I thought it was good. He was getting loads of praise and everything, but... Damn, if you're lying about stuff, that's not a very good look. Either way, an account on Twitter, Tesla Ratty, tweeted... Elon Musk may be looking for a better deal. Elon Musk may be looking for a better deal. A Twitter deal that's 44 billion seems too high, with 20% of the users being fake or spam accounts. And obviously, Elon Musk replied further to that tweet: 20% fake / spam accounts, while 4 times what Twitter claims could be much higher. That's true. However, I think a lot of these spam accounts need to be marked. What they need to do is ban. What they should do, in my opinion, is ban the Twitter accounts or temporarily suspend them until they can show proof that's a bot. Like a special granted bot, because you can actually create bots on Twitter now, but they have to have the actual mark on automated bot, or they'll get suspended. Yesterday, Twitter's CEO publicly refused to show proof of 5%. The deal cannot move forward until he does. Wow, just shows you how shady he is. That doesn't really surprise me, though. No. Twitter said that within hours of Musk's latest tweet that it remained committed to the deal as it filled the new details to the transaction with the US financial regulator, the Securities and the Exchange Commission. Twitter is committed to completing the transaction on the agreed price and the terms as promptly as practicable. The company said. Musk announced last week that the deal was on hold after he queried Twitter's claims in the SEC filings that a small proportion of its users were fake. Yes, that's not a good look on Twitter if they're denying stuff, and we all know that. Yeah, all Elon Musk needs to do is move on. I mean, if Elon Musk moved on to Truth Social, I mean, I don't know why he doesn't just create his own social media. To be honest, like, I don't get why he doesn't just do that. I know it would be a pain in the ass, but I think he could definitely get a lot of people to move on to it. And I think it could be big. I don't know. Maybe he could do it. I'm not too sure. We might see in the future. Apparently, he's making his own phone to compete with Apple, which do I think is true? Like I said, I don't know if that is true or that could become a possibility. It could. There's no saying that it can't, but who knows? So this is the Paraga. I think that's how you say. I'm just gonna say his first name. I don't want to say his second. I don't want to absolutely demolish his name. Okay, so he tweeted on Twitter, "Let's talk about spam, and let's do this with the benefit of data, facts, and context." So obviously there's more arguing back and forth essentially, and this is the Twitter CEO. Obviously, it looks like the Twitter CEO and Elon Musk are getting quite into a heated argument now. I don't know. I find it funny just reading the tweets. Them going back and forth at each of it. I love online beef that's on Twitter by big billionaires. I wouldn't say the Twitter CEO is a billionaire. Voice crack. I wouldn't say he's a billionaire, but he definitely is probably in the million category. Either way, both battling it out on Twitter, just talking absolute shit to each other, doesn't really surprise me. I mean, we're on a platform which is heavily political and religion clashing on there. It's a dumpster fire, Twitter. It really is. It's become. It's not. I think they should just change their name to political, because that's clearly all it is. It's great for news. Don't get me wrong. I love the news part, and I love following my favorite creators on it and seeing from them. But I also hate. I hate seeing some Karens on there complaining about COVID and simple things in life. As soon as I don't dislike Twitter. Don't get the wrong impression, but yeah, I know I've completely shitted on it, but I want to shit on it because I'd never say I had the best experience. I love Twitter. I think it's a great platform, but it does need to work on what it's doing. Anyway, let's back to the whole spam account situation. I've reported. Now, this is why I got suspended in March. For some stupid reason, I still haven't heard yet. But I was probably reporting about 40 accounts daily. Or whenever I went onto Twitter, I was reporting about 40 a week to a day. And these were Bitcoin spam accounts, Ethereum, crypto-related spam accounts. A lot of them were related to stocks, but most of them were related to cryptocurrency. Very little of them were actually related to some were related to Cash App. These people had no affiliation with me. They didn't even know me. I'm not even too sure how they found me. Because, like I said, I have a different email for Twitter than I would use for anything else. For most social media things I have. But I don't know how they found me. And they'd always send me a DM, and I'd look at the DM, and the DM would be like, "Oh, check out this blah blah blah," and I'd be like, "What? What do you want about?" And it most likely be telling you, WhatsApp them You send them your number. Most likely they're probably just getting your accounts and just absolutely rifle through your Bitcoin and stuff like that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Back to the Twitter CEO and Elon Musk completely beefing over. This is from The Verge. Paraga claims internal estimates are actually well below the reported 5%. Well, Paragraph, however you say your name, I think you're talking a little bit the porkies, because I'm pretty sure that's over 5%. Twitter CEO is pushing back against Elon Musk's concerns about spam accounts on the platform, saying that Elon Musk's suggestion to measure the problem by performing a random sampling of 100 accounts would work. Actual internal estimates for the last 4 quarters were all well under 5%. Are you smoking? You're smoking. Anyway, Aragra wrote on the Twitter today his defense comes from Elon Musk suddenly sparkled some doubt in his $44 billion agreement. You know what? This agreement, everyone thought it was taking place. Everyone did. We were always like, yes, Twitter's gonna buy. Elon's gonna buy Twitter, and hopefully not clusterfuck it like most people would. Because what Elon was talking about was pretty promising. He wanted free speech on the platform. In fact, he even said he didn't want to get rid of his worst enemies, or he wouldn't want his worst enemy to be banned on that platform. Heck, he was even gonna unban Donald Trump. So it's quite clear. I mean, I would only believe him in the free speech department if he unblocked Donald Trump, or unsuspended. Should I say, not unblock, it's not a Facebook friend. Or, should we say, unsuspended Donald Trump from Twitter, which would be a great thing to do, because it's about time. It's about time Donald Trump was unsuspended. Twitter has been exposed. So this comes from Daily Mail here, which, you know what? I'm actually believing, because I know the support is really bad. They never reply, which is just ignorant. I mean, as we're customers. First of all, when they suspend you from their platform, they have lost a customer. You are a customer. Yes, you don't buy anything, but you use their platform because of the ads. So essentially, if they run out of people, advertisers are going to say, well, hold on a second, why should we pay Twitter when we can just advertise on YouTube, Google, various other platforms? Why do we need to advertise on Twitter when it's losing viewers? Or losing users, should I say. And maybe viewers if they watch videos and stuff like that. Either way, let's get onto this. This is from the Daily Mail, or the Mail Online, whichever you want to call it. Either way, let's go. Twitter does not believe in free speech. Undercover Project Ventis recording reveals Twitter engineer saying platform censors the right but not the left. Everyone who works there is commie as fuck, and they hate Elon Musk. Wow, this CEO was supposed to be cool. I think this CEO is a scumbag. But Project Vandy have been published a secretly recorded conversation with a Twitter engineer. We all know that Twitter engineer is going to be absolutely sacked off or sued. We know one of them. Anyway, the company has a left-wing bias. Yeah, that's kind of shocking. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's political as fuck, Twitter. It's a platform that I do not like because it's just full of politics. It's almost like the Eurovision, full of politics. It's like that's the only two things people care about these days: politics and religion. Like, don't get me wrong, you're allowed your own belief these days, but don't go spreading that shit and saying, "Oh, I support this, so I'm just going to disrespect this." You know what I mean? I get it. You don't have to agree with everyone's opinions, but showing a bit of respect for that, it's a bit helpful. But you know what? Am I surprised by this? I'm not really surprised by this. Judging from this, I mean, I might play the video if you can hear it properly. But I am not really surprised by this because, well, I mean, if they're treating their employees bad, well, what else are they doing? And free speech, I mean, we need a free speech on platforms. You should be able to say what you want within reason. What I mean by within reason, you can't just go and attack someone because of their race or them being fat. I think platforms like that need to be very careful. Or if they're gonna let you put that, obviously, I know Twitter has a warning now. If you called someone fat or if you saw someone to say KYS, I'm not saying on that. If you told someone to do that, they would probably suspend you quite quickly. But I don't think it actually lets you put that on the platform as well. I know they have really big problems with that word. You put if they see that word, it like they ring the police or some shit. So well, yeah. Anyway, let's get right onto this. So, Siri was recorded saying the company culture is extremely far left, where workers are cummy as fuck and they hate Elon Musk's 44 billion takeover. In a shockingly frank conversation filled over several encounters, he said the firm does not believe in free speech and has even started to turn him left-wing when he joined. Wow. See, companies, big social media platforms you use are just as bad behind the closed doors. I wouldn't even be surprised if something like Facebook was like this. Why do you never hear this stuff as well? Are people just that scared to lose their job? I mean, I understand because Twitter probably pays quite fair. You know, it probably pays quite a fair amount of money. But which would you rather do? Have free speech on a platform? And again, you work at Twitter, so no, you're obviously not going to take the free speech option. You are going to take the option of cash. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Bills are going to be paid these days, so I understand where you're coming from. Musk has vowed to return to the platform to a safe space for users to post what they want, as well as defeat the spam bots and authenticate all humans. Meanwhile, he flooded speculation he could be seeking to negotiate paying less for the social media giant, as he told a Miami conference an agreement at a lower price wouldn't be out of the question. Yes, I definitely think an agreement, if they can't come up with proof for spam bots, he definitely should be pushing an agreement for a lower price. If Twitter doesn't accept that, I think Twitter's on its way out. And I mean, it shows that you can't really comment anything. Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me that Twitter is left, or doesn't it only supports one side but not the other. I mean, fair enough, they're allowed to support that. I'm not saying they can't support it, but they should be a bit more biased, being a social media platform. But like I said, it doesn't really surprise me that it does, because obviously it is a social media platform that is heavily political. So this is the Twitter engineer actually speaking. This is the leaked conversation.
Twitter does not believe in free speech. What do you mean? Free speech. Capitalists. If we weren't really operating in a capitalist mode, we were very socialist. Like we're all like communist. ideologically, it does not make sense. Like because we're actually censoring the right and not the left. Because everyone on the right wing will be like, bro, it's okay to say, just gotta tolerate it. The left will be like, no, I'm not gonna tolerate it. I need it censored, or else I'm not gonna be impacted. So it does serve the right. It's true. There is a bias. I don't know the two parties can truly coexist on one platform.
What do your colleagues say about it? Like,
They hate it. Oh my god, I'm at least like okay with it, but some of my colleagues are like super left.
what do they say?
They're like, this will be my last day if that happens.
Has much changed since like Elon's coming out?
A lot has changed. A lot has changed. We're all like worried for our jobs.
Why are you guys so worried?
You know, jobs are at stake. He's like, I started working for Twitter at the beginning. I think it's just like the environment. Like you're there and you become like calm. We did all we could to like revolt against it. A lot of employees revolted against it. But at the end of the day, board of directors have a say, and then they acted on their best interest because they didn't want to get sued. Basically, went to work like 4 hours a week last quarter. That's just how it works for a company.
Yeah. How would you describe communism besides Twitter?
Essentially, like everyone gets to do whatever they want. No one really cares about like OpEx, like capitalism will care about numbers, will care about like how to make the business more efficient. But in Twitter, it's like mental health, everything. Like if you're not feeling it, you can take a few days off. People take months off, they'll come back, but you always like do your best at any time, and that's the culture. And you know, we'll run the business as much as possible. Capitalists would be like, you gotta generate profits or you're out. A lot of people wouldn't survive that, unfortunately.
So yeah, that doesn't really surprise me a whole lot. I mean, we are living in a world which is heavily political, and most of the social media platforms we use is heavily political. But this is, you know, it's kind of a sad thing to see us go down like this. You know, a platform that I wouldn't say really claims to be free speech, but that Elon Musk wants it to become such a free speech platform. You know, I'm very sad to see it go like this. That's probably why they banned or suspended Donald Trump because of its support. Yeah, I don't really know what to think of Twitter. I'm not being a big fan of Twitter, and I've always known that Twitter has become this political bullshit of just badness lately. It really is. And I'm glad that Elon's kind of realised that, and he's like, oh, wow, this platform isn't exactly the best platform. Let me try and sort this out for the people and for the future. Elon Musk cares. I know he's done a bit of a scummy things in the past. I would particularly call scummy. Many people probably wouldn't, but I think that he's doing this for the future of the platform, the future of the social media, and he probably knows what he's doing, and he probably thinks that this is for the best, because if we look at it, Twitter is not in a great place, and the fact that it's just being exposed there really doesn't help. I know that's giving more of a thing for Twitter to look at, but yeah, I think yeah. But it's very important to fix your Twitter feed. Tap home, tap the 3 stars, select latest new. You are being manipulated by the algorithm in ways you don't realise. Easy to switch back and forth to see the difference. Hold on, let's have a little look what he actually means by this. So, what do you say, Elon Musk? So he said go to tap home button. I don't know what he means by the home button. I'm guessing it's this, right? Tap the stars. Oh, you can actually change it. Click on latest tweets. Oh, wow. Wow, that doesn't actually surprise me. Wow, no, I'm always wondering what the fuck's going on there. Wow, Twitter, oh Twitter. Yeah, Elon Musk hasn't tweeted in a few days. Maybe they've suspended his Twitter account. But yeah, it looks like Twitter's lost this battle. Elon Musk is winning it. It's sad to see Twitter go down like this, but yeah, Twitter is such a political, social platform. Yeah, I don't think it's in the right state of mind at the moment. But I hope Elon can. I'm not saying he's going to fix it just yet. It might take him years to put it in a position where it's working and free speech is a such thing on there. But I hope free speech becomes, not just big on that platform, but big on every other platform out there. Now, I think free speech should be, you say what you like. Say I say fuck Donald Trump, for instance. I'd say that's free speech. I'd put that under free speech. Is Donald Trump gonna go and cry at that? Maybe he does. But yeah, but Donald Trump getting unsuspended, I'll believe Elon. About free speech if he unbans Donald Trump. That's the only time I'm gonna believe Elon Musk. And yeah, I think that's really all I've got to say. I'm not surprised that all this is coming through, but it's not exactly the best thing to see in the world. But hey ho, that's just how it is sometimes. But yeah, as we all know, Twitter is, like I say, I keep saying this, but it is a heavily political website or social media, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you are using Twitter, be very careful if they're gonna get rid of the right. But yeah, thank you. Have a good day.